Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, we're going to say
Kahala Yahweh wa Yahushai Bashim Ruach Kodash.
The double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstones. The salutations to the elect, pushing His word, the truth, the sincerity, apostle Paul of the earth. You get the discount off of because today we're going to talk about the downfall, which we always talk about every week, because really that's what this is about. This truth that we preach is about the downfall of this wicked kingdom, which is ruled by Esau, and heightened. The wickedness is heightened by our own people.
100% in agreement.
Say it again, sir.
100% in agreement.
Yeah. This is the wicked kingdom.
Yeah, I appreciate what you guys doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, this is the wicked kingdom, man. And we need to get up out of here, man. That's the bottom line. We need to get up out of here, because if we stay here any longer, if we keep staying here another 10 years, like the rest of the masses think we're going to be here for, or even 5 years, 50 years, we're going to be done. Esau will do away with everything.
Even himself.
Even himself. Which goes to show you Esau has no balance whatsoever. Right? So Yahushai, we're waiting on Yahushai to come back, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He's not a so-called white man with long brown hair and blue eyes. If he was here in the flesh right now, he would be called a Negro. Because he has woolly hair, like the so-called Negroes, right? And he has dark brown skin, like the so-called Negroes. And when he comes back, man, he's coming back with vengeance. Not like how these Christians talk about, and these other Israelites camps talk about. He's not coming to give hugs and kisses to the whole world. He's coming to destroy this kingdom, and by destroying this kingdom, he's going to send this kingdom back to its natural and its right state.
Yeah.
And he's coming to redeem the elect.
Yeah, just like when you read the book of Genesis, the first chapter, on the first day the Lord created this, on the second day, and then it said that, that the Lord, Yahweh, and the angels saw that it was good. When you look up that word good, it means unchangeable. As in, it's beautiful. For example, like when you call a woman beautiful, you pretty much say, I don't want you to change your ways.
Yeah, I like you for who you are.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, you're actually beautiful, so stay this way.
Yeah.
So when the Lord Yahweh Shai, when he created the heavens and the earth, he said that he saw that it was good, as in it's unchangeable. When you look at, what Esau is doing, he's changing everything. The Lord put everything, to be in its natural order.
Yeah.
If you change its form, then therefore, you're mixing things up, you're mixing the elements or whatever. Now, you're getting society where water is polluted, the air is polluted. You got children eating food, that are being fed, with, exactly, I'm a chemical GMOs, I'm a, you know what I mean? Like, right? Like, these things, that are destroying our body.
Yeah.
But the Lord Yahweh Shai, when he created the heaven and the earth, everything he saw that it was good, man. It was beautiful, it was perfect the way it was, but Esau came and fucked it up. And that's why, like the brother is saying, if Esau, if the Lord Yahweh Shai, does not return, this place is going to be done away with, man. Esau is going to get rid of us and so on.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Come on, going to Isaiah 47.
Oh, yeah, 47.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
That's right, and the reason called the virgin daughter of Babylon is America. That's America today. And the reason why it's a virgin is because America hasn't been through any war. Right? America hasn't been penetrated by any missiles. There's other countries across the world that have, and for instance, Israel and Palestine, they've been penetrated by all these missiles. But America is still a virgin. But soon enough, America won't be a virgin anymore. We're going to have there's going to be ICBM missiles being shot at America and wiping that place clean. It's going to be a desert.
Yeah. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate."
Which is funny because the Chaldeans goes back to Esau.
Yeah.
Right?
The Khazars.
Yeah, the Khazars. That's who. Also Amalekite.
Amalekites, yeah.
Amalekites.
Yeah.
That's who you guys call the Jewish people,
Yeah.
right? With the suffix meaning pertaining to. ISH means pertaining to,
Yeah.
right? Because right now it's the Chaldeans who run America, who run the world.
Yeah.
You guys know that you're Israelites according to the Bible? You ever been told that? See, that's crazy, man. Because it's funny. The son was interested, but the father didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
So it shows you, man. This shows you, man. This stuff goes back to the men of Israel, man.
Yeah.
The men of Israel are fucked up.
Yeah.
All fucked up.
You know what's funny? You know, those same two, they were there talking to that one individual on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think, just some, bug up,
Yeah.
when,
Yeah.
the truth is right here,
Right
but they,
here.
they literally just walked past it, they rejected it, man.
And it's crazy. The son actually turned and looked. Was like, oh, okay. And he looked at his father like, yo, we're gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
And his father didn't even look.
Like,
Just kept walking. He said, fuck that. Yeah.
Like, I just heard him whining,
Con.
you know?
It shows you, man. Like, it's funny because you Jakes, you guys complain about the state that we're living in.
But then you don't want to do shit
You
about
don't want to
it.
do shit about it.
Yeah.
You just want to complain. You just want to sit on your ass,
Yeah.
and complain. And then you don't want to do anything about it. That's why the Most High has to destroy you, man.
Yeah, a lot of people want to talk about, we need change in the world, we need more love, but then they're still doing the same shit every fucking day.
Yeah, because they don't want to change.
Yeah, look at the words,
Yeah,
grandma.
yeah.
Just fucking have it, bro. You should just look at it like, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Hello.
How are you?
She works everywhere.
I know, it's everywhere, always walking.
Yeah.
Must be in good shape though.
Yeah, but she's old.
Yeah, I
Beautiful,
know.
telling you. She doesn't take the class, bro.
Right, seeing the kicking it from a war's house all the way down 50 kilometers, yeah. I think, what are you doing in the south end?
I'm crying.
Yo, what are you doing in the south? I know you need to go bus. Yeah, I was like, yo.
She takes her time, but she walks.
Yeah,
And it says, verse 2, take the millstone and grind the mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
that's what we're doing right now, man. Hence the acronym GMX, Great Millstone.
Yeah.
Which that represents how it shine. Because when you go back to the Daniel chapter 7, if I'm not mistaken, and he speaks about the statue he saw in his dream, and the statue represented, if I'm not mistaken, the different parts of it, like the gold represents the top, not exactly what it represents.
Like the
I
different,
think the different
rulership that
different
people
rulership that came, empires, like basically the EU.
have.
But you had a different rulership in the empires that ruled the world.
From the time of the Babylonians, the Greeks, the Romans, and today.
Actually, I'm gonna get the book. I want to know exactly. Yeah, because in his vision, there was a great millstone that destroyed that statue, and that great millstone represented Yahweh Shai. When he comes, he's going to destroy, he's going to take away the rulership of these different kingdoms, and then he's going to start ruling. You have it written down in your book?
About
Like, what's the difference between cards? Anyway, that's not really the point. So the point is that you had the great millstone represents Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is going to come back and destroy the rulership of these different kingdoms, man, of these different empires. Right now, you actually have it?
No, like I got a scripture
yeah,
in the book of Revelation, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Revelation 18 verse 29. It's like it. Revelation 18 verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all.
And that's America, man. So Yahweh Shai, when he comes here, man, he's going to be busy. Yahweh Shai is going to get busy with the elect, right, and the chariots. And on top of that, you have nuclear war. So America's going to be finished. It's going to be a desert, man. Right? And that's what we're doing right now. The brother read that. We're going to read that verse 2 again.
Verse 2, Isaiah chapter 47. It says, take the millstone and grind the mill. Uncover thy locks,
Yeah.
make bare the leg, uncover the thighs, pass over the river.
That's right. So we're showing all America's secrets, man.
Yeah.
What the Chaldeans and the so-called basic Esau that's ruling America but ruling the world, what they've been doing, we're bringing it to the light.
Yeah.
You know, you even got Esau and exposing Esau.
Yeah.
You know, tattletaling on themselves.
Yeah, and the scripture talks about if a kingdom divided against itself, it should not stand. You know?
This is coming soon. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's just say how it shines.
Yeah. Hey man, we're living in that time.
See,
man.
that's Jake holding that up, man.
Yeah.
So that's just a coon.
Yeah, Jesus. Man, when are y'all gonna get out of that Jesus thing, man?
That's gonna be see, you guys are really gonna die in your ignorance.
His name is not Jesus. You know? You know? Might as well call him Jesse, you know? Because it's just another name.
Yeah,
You know? Or Jesus, but
Jesse.
the true name is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Yeah.
Yahweh is Heavenly Father and Yahushai is His Son. When you say Jesus, that's a total different, entity out there, man.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
putting a whole different vibration.
You know,
out there.
that's this guy, this
Huh.
pedophile, this, fucking faggot that lived,
Yeah.
and his father, painting him to be, the son of the Most High.
Yeah,
That's,
right.
that's this guy, Cesare Borgia,
That's right.
Then it says, verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
That's right, man. Right now, man, that's what's happening, man.
Yeah.
The economy in America is dwindling heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't believe in America anymore, man. They don't believe in the American dream.
Yeah.
Right? They don't believe in success when it comes to America. That's why you got a lot of people actually come to Canada. Like it's any better over here.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that much better over here, man, because we're neighbors to America.
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of different people from different nations at the gym, and they talk about how a lot of them came from their own home and came to Canada, and their first choice was to come to America, but then they seen the economy of America. They basically are talking about seeing the future state of America, and they don't want to be there. Because these people are thinking about settling down and starting a whole new life and living out their future. And they're thinking 20, 25 years ahead. They don't see a future in America 20, 25 years ahead, man. Some people don't even see a future in America 5 years from now. Which is accurate, man. With the shit that's going on in America right now, it's only a matter of time. We're in that year, 2019, where things are gonna pop off, man. This is the year of the chip, the year of Karagma. Right, which is the mark of the beast. Mark of the beast, which is going, like Apostle Har said, is going to be pushed out this year, man. That's going to be the mark of the beast is going to be a more common. It's going to be a common topic this year. And then Esau's going to get to a point where he's going to force that, man. And if you don't have the mark of the beast, you're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to get a job. You're not going to be able to pay your rent. Right? You're not going to be able to get food, to buy food. You're basically going to be a nobody, right? Because not having a chip in this near future is going to be like not having a SIN number. And you all know what it's like when you don't have a SIN number, man. You're basically a nobody. You can't get a job, you can't do shit. That's what they're going to do. That's what the chip's going to be like. But the thing is, see, the funny thing is that these people, you people are going to understand that you people are going to look at this stuff and you're going to know that it's wicked. You're going to know, most of you are going to know that the mark of the beast is wicked, especially you Israelites, you Jakes. Two-thirds of Israel is going to know that the mark of the beast is wicked, but you guys lack faith and you lack patience. You don't know how to survive without relying on Esau. Because you've been relying on Esau your whole damn life. You've been relying on this system. You've been relying on the wickedness of this system instead of relying on the truth. The truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
I got it for you. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 13. I'll start from verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. In the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, and they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own land.
Yo, that's crazy because people are leaving America.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't want to live there anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, like I just saw a post recently, on Facebook, that a lot of people are leaving America because people are starting to understand that society is slowly crumbling, and that's, exactly, exactly, and that, there's no hope anymore for these people, man, which all goes into prophecies of the scriptures, and it says right here that people are going to go back to their own land. America used to be, that glamorous kingdom,
Yeah,
but
everybody wants to live in.
not anymore, man. Not anymore.
That's crazy because I remember it was like 2 years ago or a year ago where, our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau he sent out a tweet and said, for all the refugees or immigrants, we'll take you all to come here, right? Because they had a lot of them who didn't want to go to America and didn't feel safe in America because of Trump, which is fair, because of Trump. So instead, Justin Trudeau was like, well, you all can come here. Right? So there's people leaving America as we speak, man, planning their way out. And these Edomites, Esau that runs the upper echelons of Esau, they can see that happening. They don't even live in America themselves. America's just like a headquarters for them.
It's just another, corporation.
Another corporation.
Yeah,
Another corporation.
it's just a business because that's what the whole world is for the elites.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a different corporation. That's literally what it is. That's why everyone has a SIN number and so on and on.
Yeah, kind of.
That's why if you try to commit suicide, they'll bill your ass. They
Yeah,
send
because
you,
you're fucking up the business.
they send you a $10,000 bill, man. If you try to commit suicide and they find out.
That's crazy.
It's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like if you want to get out of here, then you must pay. Look at it.
Yo, that's wicked,
Like,
bro.
help the person. That's right. Don't bill them. Like, put them more stress. You know what I mean?
And they'll build your family, too.
Yeah. That's why, for Jake, when a family member, especially, like your elders or whatever, when they pass on, you get a bill in the mail,
Yeah.
All of their debt is passed down onto you children,
Yeah.
That's why in China, I believe it's in China, they have a structure, whereas like, the parents would buy a house and they'll pass it down to their children will pass it down to their children's children, and so on and on. Like, you'll have, like, you'll have one
Generational
family,
debt.
bro, exactly, you'll have one family living in that household for hundreds and hundreds of years. Why? Because they don't want to pay no fucking debt when they pass on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that whole thing about, moving from one house to another, that shit doesn't really happen like that over there, because they understand that it's a trap if you just, if you don't actually build something for your family, man.
That's crazy, too, because Esau, you people think you can escape the destruction of Esau. Because it's funny, man, it really comes down to you other nations and Tooth of Israel, man. You guys helped Esau
Become
wicked like that. And you think just because you leave Esau's home or his premises, that you're going to be excused from the judgment, man.
Yeah.
What you don't understand is the most, this is why Esau is allowing you to leave, because he has the whole world under control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's a thing called, because they think that the currency of the Western world is not going to affect the Eastern world, which is bullshit, because you have this thing called the petrodollar, which is a worldwide currency, right? Because you have oil imports from different parts of the world, so you have oil imports from the Eastern Hemisphere coming to the Western Hemisphere, right? And then you have stuff from the Western Hemisphere, like food, product, and like guns that go to the Eastern world. That's why Saudi Arabia, they look to America for protection, but they ask for their weapons. Because they don't have the technology that America has.
Yeah, so they're willing to be able
To trade.
To trade.
Yeah. But America won't let them trade unless they trade in their currency.
Yeah, and America won't give up all of their goods.
No.
Like,
no.
all of their good stuff.
Yeah, all the good shit, they'll give you like the lowest of the low.
Yeah, same thing like when Esau pretty much did when it was around the time of the slave trade, right? they gave these Hamites watered down wine, man. You know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like you know what I mean? Like in order, to actually sell the Israelites into
Yeah.
slavery.
Yeah, because
So
it was a trade between
yeah,
three people.
exactly. They gave, the Hamites watered down wine. Esau won't give you his good stuff. And just recently I heard one of the Akim talk about, that, like, don't think America's not going to do nothing, man. We understand that, Russia, has its own military power and so on and on, and China and so on and on. But, America's got
Yeah,
something, man.
yeah,
You know
they're
what I
gonna
mean?
just sit there and get hit.
Right, you
Yeah,
know what I
they're
mean?
just laid out.
And that's why it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
war.
it's gonna be a very gruesome thing because you're gonna have big power
Superpowers.
exactly big superpowers one at each other, and which is gonna destroy a lot of things, man. And the brother was talking about how, man, America is going to use its last bit of sport that it has, that last bit of blessing, and it's going to fuck shit up, man, which is going to lead into Yahweh Shemashah return to save their life, man.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be
Too far.
something late, exactly. The scriptures even talk about how, it's going to, pretty much be a time, that has never been ever since, there was a nation under heaven.
Yeah,
No, so this is not going to be lightly, man. It's going to be worse than the flood, and the flood only saved 8 souls. It's tough,
Yeah,
bro.
that's crazy.
We understand that it's going to save, that this destruction, the Lord will save more than 8 souls, but it's going to be something, that is very, very gruesome.
And it's through fire, man.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, drowning is not as bad as burning alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fire is something else.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Walker Run is a cleaning agent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Jake, yeah, he's trying to get some, trying to
Yeah.
spin his game. The honey lips. He's trying to speak that
Isaiah 47 verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And as for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name, and his Holy One, and the Holy One of Israel, Asharalah. And it says, sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Come on, man. That's basically that beautiful city. Because right now, man, even like NATO, among NATO, the round table they have, and basically all the kings and the princes of the world and the different nations of the world, they all know who runs the world. They all know that the banking families, the Chaldeans, basically Esau, they run the world. They have the most wealth. They have the most. They have the best technology. And yeah, you got different parts, like you got Russia and North Korea. They're finally just starting to think that, okay, we can take this guy out. We're better than America. But before recently, everybody feared the banking families that ran America. And they had everything, right?
Exactly. And it says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. And thou didst show them no mercy
That's right,
upon
man.
the ancient.
That's right, man. Because Esau, even though we were given under the hands of Esau for our own punishment and judgment, Esau took it too far, man. That's like when you're a bad kid, and your parents beat you. You can feel when it's emotional, when they're just beating you because they're angry instead of it being discipline.
Hey, you have some parents that beat their children to death,
To
man,
death.
because they weren't the so-called discipline.
Yeah.
That's not discipline, man.
That's just wickedness.
Yeah.
And Esau knows no balance, so he went too far, man.
Yeah.
Well, just look at the slave trade.
Yeah.
That shit was that man. The slave trade was crazy.
Exactly, and the scripture talks about how when Esau looked upon us, and he pretty much laughed. You know, during the time of when we were at the bottom, and the Lord said just because of that, okay, that's enough for Esau to go into slavery. You know, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, because
Let me actually get that. I think it's in the book of Obadiah.
because I think he even said that like Elam was we were under the Elam, which is the East Indians, right? Also known as the Persians. We were under their rulership. We were slaves to them as well, but they weren't as wicked as Esau was. Really, no other nation was as wicked as Esau was when we were under slavery. When we were serving them. Esau was the wickedest. So because of that, Esau's gonna get the worst. He's gonna get the worst judgment when we have all these other nations in subjection under us. Because even the other nations are gonna be our slaves, right? But Esau is gonna be our slave, and he's gonna be the worst slave. We're gonna put all the other nations in hell, because they put us under hell. But we're gonna put Esau in the most hell. Because he showed no balance.
Obadiah verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, which Temans, are the Germans today, because they're pretty much the brains of Esau. They're the ones, that
Engineers,
Khan. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that everyone of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
That's crazy, So we're gonna put you on, I think, 1,000 years of slavery.
Yeah, and then just get rid of you.
Yeah, get rid of you. We're gonna burn you up. Edomite cookout.
Yeah.
Edomite barbecue. Because there's gonna be no more so-called white people on this planet, man.
Khan. And it says, verse 11, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them. But thou should have not looked on the day of thy brother, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
That's right, man. Because there was a time when the Most High was done with us,
Yeah.
and
And he
Esau,
was laughing,
he was laughing. He's like, yo,
He's
look at these,
rejoicing.
rejoicing.
Yeah. And it says, neither
Which is
shouldest.
wicked and prideful, because it's like you don't think that can happen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why the scriptures say not to laugh at a poor man, or not to distress a poor man. And
Yeah.
if he prays to the Most High, the Most High will hear his prayer.
Yeah.
It's true, because it's like you don't think that can happen to you.
Yeah,
Just
like
mind your own business.
like I remember, growing up as a kid, if we saw if we saw someone that was crippled or blind or something,
Yeah.
we usually had a a thing like around the village.
Yeah.
You don't make fun of that person because the next day you might wake up like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, and that was just normal, for us not to make fun of people, who were crippled or
Yeah.
blind or
Or low
deaf,
state.
because the Lord put them in that state for a reason. It's pretty much, of their own doing, whatever it is,
Yeah.
that they did, right? So, you don't go, and make fun of that person
Yeah.
because you might wake up the next day and actually become blind or whatever it is, and that's what we actually truly believe as kids, man.
Yeah,
know?
Which is great. I remember that too, because another example is when I was young, I remember my dad used to.
Hello, brothers.
What's up?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey,
My brother.
there's some in there. I know the older she's cool. This her young girls, not these two are cool. Hey, brothers, have a good day. Get you ready.
When we used to get in trouble, my dad would bring a belt to us. For some reason, I was naked too. But you beat us, and if any one of us were laughing, you'd beat the one that was laughing too. Like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You think you're better than this?
Exactly. And it says, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
See, look at these niggas, man.
Yeah.
See, the Most High is done with these guys. Look at them, they're scum. This is the great nation.
Yeah. Exactly. Verse 13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked upon their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. And this happened in slavery,
Yeah,
right?
in slavery,
Whenever
yeah.
you escape, they would just, like when they found you,
Yeah.
you're dead.
You're dead.
You're done.
You're finished.
You're done. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So because of all of that, the Lord Yahweh said what? That all of the month of Esau shall be cut off forever. Going back to Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 verse 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand, and thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient thou hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Verse 7, and thou saidest, I will be a lady forever, for that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither didst remember the latter of it, the latter end of it. So pretty much saying, that our kingdom is going to rule forever, not knowing that, there's going to be an end of his rulership. And that's what Yahweh is saying, because these people are very proud. That's why the scripture says in the book of Psalms, that they give their lands, unto their children. They pretty much leave their inheritance because they think that they're going to rule forever. They don't think they will ever go down. Verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, and saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Proud, right?
Like, you can't get more prouder than that.
Come on. Verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, the widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection from the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
That's sudden. That's that scripture.
Yeah,
piece
about
of-
it.
yeah.
It's gonna switch.
Yeah, sudden destruction.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. When they should say peace and safety.
Con. Yeah, con.
Yeah,
And it hit you like a hailstorm, man.
yeah, like bird boxes. Bam.
Yeah, it's like
driving,
it was like the
turn
first
quick,
scene in the
then-
movie.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man, because we've been, because the Most High has everything covered. Because with sudden destruction comes the excuses, well, this came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We didn't know all this was going to happen. If we
Yeah.
would have known, we would have been righteous.
The Lord will give you memories of when you stop, you walk by.
Yeah,
All
all
of
the
these things
videos,
matter,
all these
yeah.
things matter, man.
Yeah, all of the comments these people were murmuring against us.
The thoughts,
Yeah, the
the
thoughts.
thoughts you had, everything, man. So really, you have no way out, man. There's no way out for you, and especially Jake.
You have no excuse.
Hey, man, do you know that you're Israelite according to the Bible? Did you know that before?
I don't
So
know.
there you go. That's it. That's another one. Right? Because now,
Judgment.
yeah, that's another one. That's judgment, bro.
It's like it's beautiful, that you do that because it's like the Lord stretched out His hand,
Con, yeah. The
and
Lord
it's
said
like,
that's
nah, Lord, fuck it, I'm up. I like this place. I just wanna go home to my woman,
yeah, my demon.
and drink some hot chocolate, and then go to my baby daughter's birthday party after. That's what I wanna do. That's literally what we do. What goes through their mind.
They don't want to be men. They want to be women.
Yeah.
They don't want to be men. Because real men are men. At the end of the day, man, it tells you in Ecclesiastes 12 the whole duty of man. Yeah. To keep the commandments and serve the fear of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's how you serve him. But we got the men of Israel out here who scoff at the truth. It's almost like it's like going to a job that's tailored for you to do, and your family's out here struggling. You have no money. You can't keep up with rent.
Yeah.
The electricity bill is high.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we'll start you at $25 an hour. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Or you show up late. You know?
Yeah, you show up late, and then
No.
you complain about your situation.
Yeah.
And
And-
here there is a job waiting for you to make your situation better,
Yeah.
and you don't want to do anything about it.
Yeah, and these things are examples of things could act, of things that actually do happen.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time, like I got a job somewhere, and I showed up 5 minutes late because I was working somewhere else, and traffic. I showed up 5 minutes late. The lady was like, no, don't come back. You know what I mean? I was like, bitch, but you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, regardless of what the hell is going within your life, they don't give a shit. Why? Because this is very important. This is where it's supposed to be. And that's the same thing with the Lord. The Lord will give you a chance.
Yeah.
If you fuck up, don't come back.
Don't come
You're
back.
done.
Yeah, man. When you leave, man, that's true, man. Because you got people who, I remember back in the day, Apostle Hall used to talk about how you had men that were doing this work and fell out and left, and they
Yeah.
stopped doing this work. And then as soon as they started seeing the prophecies come to pass,
Then that's when they come back.
yeah, they want to come
Yeah,
back. They
yeah.
dust off they wipe the dust off their Bible and say, okay, yes, and they come out. They don't even come out with sincerity and say, you know what, I haven't been here, I fucked up, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they want to pick up right where
They
they
left
left
off.
It doesn't work like that,
You know,
man.
that's wicked. They
Yeah.
haven't been out here the whole time.
Yeah, that's what it talks about when you move your hand, out of the plow.
From the plow, yeah.
Yeah. So, what happens? You're working and then you took a break. You gotta come back now,
You
man.
can't do that, man.
No.
That's
No,
like,
of course.
you really believe, that's showing, all that's doing, that action is showing that you really believe you can duke the Most High.
Exactly.
Good, you?
Okay.
Yeah.
The Most High sees everything, man.
Yeah, and you know how this is talked about, there's people who are going to say, my Lord the rest is coming, so then, they go and eat with the,
The heathen.
yeah,
the world,
yeah, right? That's the same thing, that's exactly what these people, they're like, you know what, the Lord's not going to come now, so let me just go back into the world,
Yeah.
and then, you're right, and then when the Lord is, soon to be,
So to come down, then I'll
soon
get
to come,
right.
then I'm going to get right.
Yeah.
They think they can play the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, as if,
The Lord's not a woman. You can't play him like that. You can't play him like that.
Oh,
These guys
right.
trying to play the Lord like they can play like they're playing a woman. You
hey,
can't play him like that.
the scripture talks about how the Lord's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun.
Sheesh.
But somehow you got a wicked ass nigga who thinks that, I might be able to do one thing and the Lord might not see it. They actually think like that.
Yeah, the level of Jake's idiocy, it's unmeasured.
Yeah.
Because when you really start to understand the truth, and you start everything starts to be broken down to you, you're like, yo, Jake's stupid, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally, how the scriptures talk about how, there might be a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end is the way of death.
Yeah, yeah.
They actually think that they
You can
might
see
have
it.
a chance to get away with this
You
thing.
can see it, man. You can see it. The way they're moving. You can
Yeah.
see it. It's like, yo, you really think you can do that?
Yeah. Exactly. Verse 10, Isaiah 47. For thou hast trust in thy wickedness, thou hast laid.
That's right.
None seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
It's like for instance, when it says thou wisdom and knowledge has perverted thee, there was America that pushed up, you only live once. This is your best life, so you do it right.
Yeah.
Which is wickedness, because that knowledge and that wisdom, it perverts you. Because now, just like we were talking about it earlier, the one thing that, everybody that's not in the truth, the one trait that everybody who's not in the truth and is in the world that they share is the trait of not dealing with their guilt, not dealing with their demons. No one wants to look in the mirror and look at their demons. They just want to live in La La Land in their head and think everything is okay.
Yeah, man, like, so like enough to
Yeah,
cut
no,
you
go
off,
ahead, yeah.
but I was watching the brothers out there in UK, and they had this one bug out Jake that, that came up, in his like, hey man, if you have demons, how do you keep them? yo, and the brother's like, yo, like, you know,
We get the hell away from you, bro. Holy
yo,
fuck.
like, and the brother's like, yo, like, you know, I never got that one before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, like, people ask you, how do you keep the demons, rather than, you know, how do you,
That's
you know what I
fucked
mean?
up. Yeah, like how do you get them off of you?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Bro, 99% of the time it's like, yo, I have demons in me, you know.
Can you pray for me?
Yeah, can you pray for
Yeah.
me? But you got this wicked nigga, how do I keep them? What the
That's
fuck?
fucked. These guys gone, bro.
You
That's
know what I mean?
crazy.
You know
Yo,
what
that's
I
a
mean?
nigga that you like, yo, you need to get that in the street, man. 'Cause your
Yeah.
demons might leak out on me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're coming up to a
You got
camp,
legions,
yeah,
bro,
you got
right?
legions, like
Yeah.
plural.
Yeah.
You got a couple thousand on you, man.
Yeah, like to a point where you're afraid to lose them. That's tough,
Shit.
bro. That's
Shit,
tough.
that's Stockholm syndrome of the demons.
Yeah, the brother's like, yo, I never, you know, like I never got that asked, you know,
Yeah,
before.
that question.
That before, like,
Yeah,
god
man.
damn.
Yo,
Like
if,
you're autistic, guy.
You're autistic?
It's like, yo, this guy's a brother, he's autistic.
Yeah,
man.
come on. Bro, if anybody ever came up to me and asked me that question, yo, get down the street. I don't want your demons getting on me.
Down there, like
Yeah.
if you just run and don't ever turn around, that's how you'll keep them. Fuck that. I don't want to talk to
Yeah,
that.
man, you talk to that person for any longer, those demons might jump on you.
Yeah.
It's a
Give me
lot
some
of demons,
wicked
man.
ideas because it's all about vibration. Hey man, I was reading the book of Tobit, you know, and you know, pretty much you know, Tobit's wife, you know, which he then married. Her name was Sarah. Okay. Before she got married to Tobias, Salakia. I think it's, you know, I'm a Tobit's son, which is, you know, Tobias. Before she got married to him, she was married to 7 other men, you know, and there's a spirit, you know, you know, that's pretty much killed those men every time, you know, they got married, you know.
That were married to
Yeah,
her.
you know,
I think I've heard that story.
you know, like, you know, so pretty much every time, like, you know, when she married these men, you know,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
die some way,
yeah,
somehow.
you know what I mean? Because there was actually a spirit, you know, that was actually, you know, there to pretty much get rid of these men. You know what I mean? To a point where, you know, until it got to Tobit's son, which is Tobias, okay, if I'm not mistaken, you know, angel, you know, Raphael, you know, he pretty much, you know, gave Tobit some, like, you know, some things to do before he lays with her, you know, and, you know, pretty much, I forget what it was, but, you know, to show you that demons can actually smell, they know, you know what I mean?
Just like dogs, like
Yeah.
animals, they can smell your
Right.
fear or whatever, yeah.
Right, you know, like, the angel gave him some, like, some order, some things that he had to do to get that demon of death, so that, you know,
Exercise the demon of death out of her.
yeah, you know what I mean? And, you know,
that's crazy.
you know, the night before, Tobit's son's wife, you know, so, like, you know, pretty much like, so, like, I'm pretty much like, I'm a Tobit's wife's
Tobit's husband, son's wife.
no, like, his father-in-law, you know, he went, you know, and dig the grave. Because, you know, he thought that, like, you know, Tobit's gonna die, you know, the night before, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But, like, you know, pretty much, like, you know, he never died because, like, you know, the angel gave him some things that he had to do, you know, to get rid of that demon, you know? So, it goes to show you, man, that in the earth here, you know, that there's some things that, you know, if you put 2 and 2 together, which you're gonna get the understanding of those things in the kingdom, you know, that you can get rid of, you know, different spirits, you know, out of you, you know, different demons and so on and on, man.
Yeah,
you know?
this answer's here.
Yeah, exactly, you know, which, you know, that was a beautiful read, man. You know, because, like, you know, if you got some people, you know, who are blind, I believe it's in, like, chapter 9 and 10, I believe, you know, like, around there, you know what I mean? Alright. You know, but going back to Isaiah chapter 47,
I don't even see their body, I just see demons. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hey, it's like, yeah, it's like that one story, what's his name? There was like 42 children that were saying, that were pretty much, saying something about,
Alicia.
up,
They're talking shit to Alicia. And they're involved in that ball head.
and
She-Bear.
yeah,
Tore them up.
two of them
Two of them, yeah.
came and fucked these little kids up because they're a
42
bunch
of
of demons. Yeah, 42 children. Like imagine, bro, their parents.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is my son?
Yeah,
Where the fuck is
come
my daughter?
And he called those bears to tear them out.
In the name of the Lord, it said, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the Lord sent 2 she-bears.
Those kids were just demons. That's how you know.
Yo.
Those kids weren't even like some people will see that you will hear that like they're kids.
Yeah.
That's too much. No, they're demons.
Yeah.
You can't see at a certain point, man. You can't look at people as people.
Exactly. Hey, man. It can,
Right?
because, even Esau.
Yeah.
Esau was a child at one point.
Yeah, come. Esau was a little baby at one point.
Everyone was a child at one point and became demons.
Yeah.
So what the fuck do you mean? Just
Yeah.
because you're a child doesn't mean that you're not a demon anymore.
Yeah,
The
no.
fuck? And then again, reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Same spirit's
Right.
coming back. So I know such thing as, a
Yeah.
new spirit.
You gotta use everything. You have to look at everything spiritual, man.
Yeah. And no such thing as a new spirit. Hey, the scripture says that the Lord does not change.
Can't. That's right.
If the Lord created a new spirit, then that'd be something new.
Yeah, it'd be something
Yeah,
new.
man.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
The
true.
Lord does not change, man. He just, he recycles everything.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And like back to the point, man. That's why these people, their knowledge, their wisdom is perverse because they don't teach themselves. Man, none of these parents teach their kids to deal with guilt. You ever see how some of these women raise their kids?
Yeah.
They let them do all this. Yeah, they let them
Here,
do all
have
this.
the cooking.
Con. Go to your room when you do something bad. It's like a PS4, Xbox there and shit. There's fucking food. You have like a stash of junk food and shit.
Yeah, which is why, like, a lot of the children today, they grow up, not knowing how to deal with,
Yeah, man, men-
such situations.
Con.
Because
They never grow up. They
Yeah.
actually end up being boys forever. They end up being children forever.
Yeah.
Men child or men child.
yeah, because what was a bad time for them was going to their room. Which how many people out there living in the ghettos that would love to have a room?
Yeah,
What I mean?
yeah, con,
You
yeah,
know,
con,
you
yeah,
know,
con.
you know that to them is hell. Pretty much going to your room and playing video game is hell.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's why the society has breed a lot of soft, weak-minded individuals that don't know how to deal with situations.
And it's all backward because now women are forced to because you got a lot of single mothers raising boys, raising men.
Yeah, which
Which
and
is
no woman
fucked
can
up.
raise a man.
No, man. And that's just like, yeah, you got women who sincerely try. Sure, but at the end of the day, the truth is you need a man to raise raise a man.
Yeah, and
That's how it is. Really, to raise a child, a man or a woman.
yeah, a man can raise, a man and
And a
a woman.
woman, yeah.
You know,
But you
but
can't.
a woman can only raise a woman.
Exactly.
Just to a certain extent.
Exactly. Right, and everything's backwards. So these women, they grow up, these girls grow up to be women that want to be men, but are looking for men. You know what I mean? And then there's this complete confusion. And then these boys grow up to be men that are boys who are looking for women. You know?
It's just
It's this
mess.
complete madness. That's why you got boys who they just give up. They give up the ghost. Like, fuck it, let me just go start popping other men. That's what that breeds, man. Honestly, when I see a homosexual in a man, like in a woman, yeah, it's wicked, but it's like that's just wicked. Because he's a weaker vessel anyways. But when I see a homosexual in a man, I'm like, yo, you gave up. You really gave up. Like you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you really gave up.
It's
You just
true.
couldn't handle these women.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. And that just shows you how
Couldn't
much
handle it, so
demons.
you became one.
Yeah, so you became one. Exactly. That's that.
That's wicked.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up. Like, they pull up a Kevin Durant movie,
Yeah, just switch sides. That's crazy. You go to the other team.
Yeah, the one that
The winning team. That's true because these women are winning in
winning
this
right
kingdom.
there, yeah. But soon the Lord's, or right now, the Lord's taking everything away from them.
Yeah, come on.
Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off.
See, we're gonna know from where it comes, man.
Yeah.
That scripture said that the destruction shall come as a thief in the night.
Yeah.
That's to the people who rejected this truth.
Yeah.
That's to the Israelites that scoffed at us, that spat on this truth.
Yeah.
Who didn't
That's
want to
their-
call the
that's their
Hellfire
generation.
by his proper name. Who didn't want to call the Most High by his proper name. But for us, this is why we're doing this. We're not doing this because we're blind. We're doing this because we can see. Hence the word prophet, right? To speak before.
That's right.
You can't speak before if you don't see anything. They ain't just talking shit. That's why these pastors and these other Israelite camps that have men who say that Christianity is the mark of the beast, they actually can't see the truth.
Yeah, the Lord blinded
The
them.
Lord blinded them, man. Yeah, that's why that scripture says, you know, there's been prophets and men who deem themselves prophets and I have not sent them out.
Yeah.
The Lord didn't send you, man, because you can't do that. Everything you're saying contradicts itself.
That's right.
And you're a man of the Lord, but you contradict yourself. What does that say about the Most High? That's how we know you're not sent from the Most High, because the Most High is perfect and His word is perfect.
Yeah. It just speaks not according to this light because there's no light in it.
There's no light in them. That's right. The truth is not in them. So if you got a bugger coming up saying in the name in Christ we unite, you already know that guy's a bugger.
Yeah.
Or in Christ we unite. Or if he's talking about the mark of the beast is an embargo or it's Christianity, you already know he's a bugger.
Or the mark of the beast is spiritual.
The spiritual, yeah, con. He's a bugger. There's 100 and plus ways to find out if someone's a man of the Lord or not. Very simple.
You gotta be a man of the Lord to figure it out.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta be a man of the Lord to figure it out.
Otherwise, you're gonna have people going left and right, not knowing, you know.
Yeah, who to believe.
And it says, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. All of a sudden, you won't even know. And it says, stand now with thine enchantment and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
You know, it's funny because these people, they choose, it's not like they're sincerely blind, and they choose not to see, because the answer to the truth is right in front of them. That you see these movies, these history pieces, us making videos, even Esau shows them the truth. Right? But people are willfully ignorant through their pride.
And it says, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art worried in the multitude of thy counsel. Let now the astrologers and stargazers and monthly prognosticators, prognosticators,
Prognosticators.
Yeah, it's like a prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. That's right. So pretty much going into how all these enchantments, these sorceries, these witchcrafts will not be able to save Babylon, man. Will not be able to save the destruction that that shall come upon Babylon. And it says, verse 14, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, and shall not deliver themselves from the power of a flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Verse 15, thus shall they be unto thee with man, I'm just messing up today. It says, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee.
That's right. And that word, I looked up that word prognosticators. I actually didn't know what it means. The etymology, and it says from old French prognosticate on. Basically getting to the point, it says foretell, from the Latin prognostica, sign of forecast, weather, from neutral Greek foreknowing. So basically, all these like all their like scientists and astrologers that kind of like that one guy who said the world's gonna end in 2012.
Yeah,
That would be a
yeah.
prognosticator.
Yeah, like the people that read their hands or whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
palm
like,
readers and stuff like that.
they're witchcraft.
Yeah, that was it on that?
Yeah, that was all the way that chapter.
Okay, so with that, we're gonna close. We're gonna say
Kahala Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai B'Ashem Ruach
double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. The salutation to the the elect, which is His word, the truth and sincerity, the death and destruction to the kingdom, Esau, and 2/3 of Israel as well. Shalom.
Shalom.